Margaret, and it is Monday morning, which means it's time for the weekly sales update. I had a pretty good week on eBay and Etsy because I had some pretty high ticket items sell, which was great. I didn't have a lot of things sell, which was also great because of scheduling. As you guys know, we've had some health issues with my mom, and so my scheduling has been kind of out of whack, but we're working on a new regular routine. So let me jump in and share my sales with you. And I'd like to highlight again this week the benefit of cross-posting your items. I was looking at my numbers and realizing, if I only sold on eBay, my total sales for the week would only have been $188. But because I cross-post everything that I can on Etsy as well, the total sales for my week was $344. So that's quite a big difference. So if you have been kind of thinking about getting onto Etsy, but you weren't really sure, just take a look at my numbers every week. That's what I do. I know I joke around and see who wins, but in the long run, it's me that wins because it's that little bit extra. Even if there's only a couple extra sales, that couple extra $100 a week goes a long way. That's grocery money, you know what I mean? All right, so let's start. These are my Etsy sales. This Berenstain Bears mug sold. I actually have two of these, so I have another one that's up. This mug sold. I picked it up for 50 cents. It sold for $14.99, and so after shipping and fees, my net was $15.24. And then this fabric sold. It was really cool. Diagrams and kind of nautical and celestial type things. It was just really neat. I picked it up for 25 cents at the thrift store. It sold for $27.99. So after shipping and everything, all my net was $25.90 on the fabric. And then this Paddington Bear mug sold. It was so cute. This got listed during the mug challenge we did over on the International League of Thrifters. So did the Berenstain Bears mug. But this one, look, inside had Paddington inside the mug. It was so cute. So I picked this mug up for 79 cents, probably at the Goodwill. Oh, look, there were some issues. I made sure to take close-ups of these little flaws in the ceramic. Anyway, picked it up for 79 cents. It sold for $21.99. So my net there was $21.79. So I know there are some people that just like, oh, I hate picking up mugs and selling mugs. And yeah, I've got mugs that have been sitting there, but when you find a winner, it's a $20+ win, right? So for pretty cheap, it's a pretty cheap entry to get into that. This is one of my grandmother's perfume bottles. This was a metal and jeweled, type perfume bottle. Where's my little arrows? My arrows aren't popping up. I had more pictures of this. I don't know why they're not popping up. But it cost me $0. It sold for $47.99. So after shipping and fees, my net was $43.43. It was really pretty. Very intricate. Kind of heavy. And then here we have this jack-o'-lantern coin purse that I bought just like, I fell in love with it when I saw it. I just loved his little zipper mouth, and maybe it's macabre. I don't know, but I loved it. So I picked this up a while back at a garage sale for $0.25. And it sold for $14.99. And so after shipping and fees, my net was $13.30. Yes, for this little coin purse. I just knew someone was going to love it as much as I did, and they did. So yeah, and I actually was just having a conversation last week. I don't know if you subscribe to Sean Longley. Every other week he has an SAS show, and so I was on with Caroline Matthews and who else was there? Oh, Ken Chapman and Sean, and we were talking about what we list on our listing strategy, and do we keep things back for the fourth quarter. And Caroline and Sean kind of did, but then Ken and I were talking about we just get it all up there. And I shared, in the last 3 or 4 weeks, I've had Christmas items selling every week. And then here I've got this Halloween type item selling. So it's a good strategy just to get it up there because people are buying year round. So especially if you have enough listings, which now eBay bumped their thing up and Etsy, doesn't matter, you know. So anyway, I just loved it. I loved his little zipper mouth. I did. Maybe it's a little dark, whatever. All right, so then this gift wrap sold. This is some tea party gift wrap. I actually have 2 of these as well. So this I picked up for $1. It sold for $14.99, and so my net there was $14.75. And this is another thing that I have to kind of think outside of my brain, because I look at this and think I wouldn't really ever use this, but I know there are people that are into teapots and tea parties, and you know, you have to think about what the buyer would want. And it's, you know, such a cheap investment. Cheap, I hate that word, but inexpensive investment for $1 to get this kind of return. So something to think about, something to think about. And then this little girl sold. I picked this up when the Gulf Coast resellers had their outing a few months ago, and I picked her up for, it was either $1 or $2, and for whatever reason I didn't have her catalog. I put $2 because I remember the guy had 2 tables, and this side was $1 and this side was $2. I can't remember which table she was on, so I put 2. She sold for $24.99, and so after shipping and fees, my net was $21.50. Pretty cool. Lemon scented. All right, let's take a peek over at eBay, and then we'll come back and chew up all the numbers. Chew them up like a big old hunk of steak. All right, so here, the other Job Pro sold. I mean, I've been sitting on these things for like a year. It's been so long, but one of them sold last week. The other one sold this week, so hallelujahs. I took a best offer. And I took a best offer of $110 on this one. And honestly, I'm not sure what happened to that price and how it jumped up so high. I don't know if I had bulk and, you know, increased the price on things or something. I don't know what happened. When I saw that, I was like, yeah, I'll take your best offer, because I thought I had it around that $150 mark anyway. So that's a mystery right there. I shouldn't have mysteries in my business, but surprise. All right, so I picked this up for $1. It sold for $110, and this is going to Hong Kong, so it went through the global shipping program. And so my net there was $98.46. I sold a hat, and this is not a snapback. It's one of the, I can't remember what they called it, but the fitted style of hats. I picked this Hurley hat up for $1 at a garage sale. It sold for $12.99, and so my net there was $13.01. The shipping was kind of wonky on it, but I was happy to have that sale. And then this little journal sold. I don't know if you remember. I picked it up recently as well. Picked it up for $1. It may have been less because, again, there was a little period there where I was not quite as good about cataloging my inventory in my spreadsheet, and it becomes frustrating when I'm trying to remember to share with you. So it was on sale at the time, so it sold for $15.19. So after shipping and fees, my net there was $12.12. And the cool thing about this one was I didn't find another one exactly like it with the plaid. And I know personally when I was in high school, that was my thing. I loved plaid. And it wasn't necessarily the whole grunge thing because I hadn't really hit yet, but it was more the whole schoolgirl skirt thing, I think. Plaid pants and plaid, I don't know. I was into plaid. And then these boots sold. Oh my gosh, they were gorgeous. They were gorgeous, you guys. Just look. These are Peter Fox boots. And I mean, let me show you some other pictures. And they were in such beautiful shape, but they were so small. They were like a size 5, 5.5. I mean, these boots were amazing. And I just wish, I probably wouldn't have worn them. But I mean, I could, as soon as I saw them, I was like, man, somebody is going to love these boots. I mean, look at the details. Okay. I will stop being in love with these boots because now they're gone. But they were so fun to photograph and everything. I made sure I stuffed them with tissue paper to keep them, formed and beautiful. So again, this was also something that I did not catalog. So I'm thinking I spent about $7 on these boots. I bought them at a thrift store, so I know they weren't more than that. Usually the boots and shoes at this particular one are about $4 or $5. So I'm thinking that's what it was. But I took a best offer of $70. And so after shipping and fees, my net was $54.95. And then this fabric sold. This is Buddy the Frog, and it was one of those fabric pieces that it has all the bits there, and you just have to, well, this was pre-cut already, so all the bits were already cut out, and you just have to sew it together to make this like frog pillow. I need a frog pillow. Anyway, but someone needed a frog pillow, and I had it. So Buddy the Frog, I picked up the pieces for 25 cents. It sold for $8, and so my net after shipping and fees, again, my shipping was weird, was $9.65. So that was cool. Cool. And I hesitated when I first bought it because it was pre-cut, you know, and some people are, I don't know, I was a bit worried and have to make sure all the pieces are there and that, but there are frog people out there. And they wanted Buddy. So, all right, let's take a look at what I spent in order to make what we made this week. Let's sum it out some, and boom. So the total spent for the profit was $14.29 in order for me to make $344.10 this week, which is really great. My original goal this year had been to make $250 a week. Which would make about $1,000 a month, which would really, you know, be useful for the family, as you well know. So that was a great boost because last week was pretty slow. It was like 100 something. But again, let me share with you. These are my eBay sales, $188, and these are my Etsy sales, $155. So when I hear people say they don't have time for Etsy or things like that, that's fine. But for me, I know that it is really useful and helpful to have it listed in both places because I get more eyes and in the long run, more money for the family. All right, so thanks so much for watching, you guys. I do have some other videos lined up this week. I did a Friday, I went to a really nice garage sale and got quite a bit of stuff. I have not done the haul for it yet. I have it actually sitting right over here on the floor. But what I think I'm going to do is tomorrow, I'm going to do a live haul. So I will share the link for that after I share this video so that if you are around, you can come over and watch it. I also picked up a big jewelry box that was full, and I did a sneak peek on Periscope of the stuff in it, and I hadn't gone through it yet. So yesterday I went through, and the video ended up being 4-parters because there was so much stuff. So I'm trying to pare it down. I got the first one done, so that will probably come out Wednesday, but oh my goodness, there was tons in it, and I'm not going to, I've got over there bags of the gold and bags of the silver, and then there's just stuff. So anyway, that's to be on the lookout for this week. And that's pretty much it. So thanks so much for watching, you guys. Make sure you hit that like button if you have not already. Subscribe if you are not a subscriber. And make sure you go out and enjoy yourselves. And guys, find something to be grateful for, because I'm finding, especially during these stressful times, the more I can look around and be grateful for, even if it's small things, the more it affects my attitude in a positive way. And I know it sounds a little airy-fairy and, I don't know, fruity, but it really does. I mean, I know you guys know that I had some down emotionally time in the last couple of weeks, and that is what I'm finding is helping build me back up, is looking around and finding things to be grateful for. So, yeah. Get out there, find something to be grateful for, because I promise it will give you a boost in your attitude. And that means, you know, makes all the difference in the world. Okay, enough. I'll get off my soapbox. All right, I'll talk to you later, guys. Go out and enjoy yourselves. Bye-bye.